All right, well, I just got a few announcements for you to close out our time of worship today. A few things I want to make you aware of. In regards to the Annie Armstrong Easter offering, our goal has been $2,020, 2020 in 2020. And the theme verse for this year has been it's all about the gospel. 1 Corinthians 15, 3 through 4. It's really not, I mean, that's a paraphrase, or the point is, it's all about the gospel, right? We give so that the gospel can go forth to hearts that haven't known the Lord yet. So we've given $465 so far. If you haven't already seen Connie Morrison's video, please go and watch that. It's excellent. And want to make you aware of a few things that are going on. Although we are quarantined in the sense that we can't meet together on Sundays for worship, that doesn't mean that the church has stopped. And so we have had guys over at the parsonage. Now that our tenants have left, we have guys at the parsonage who are ripping down walls and doing all kinds of stuff. We have a big old dumpster over there, so if you drive by the church, you might see the giant dumpster. It's getting filled up with stuff, and a lot of work is being done by a variety of guys who we appreciate so much, because it means getting that much closer to my family being able to live in Shelbyville and be closer to you all. And so that's our goal. We can't wait to be there, can't wait to live there and be closer to everybody. So with that, also the playground. So if you haven't seen some of my wife's Facebook Live little videos, she and my kids today, while I was working on sermon stuff, the family was over there sanding and painting the play structure, and they got some ideas of how they kind of want to spruce it up and do some things to it. And so I just want to point out to all of you that although we aren't meeting, and although everything is weird right now, the church is continuing to move forward, and we continue to have a perspective that is beyond this period. And so Pastor Mark and I met yesterday, and we prayed together, and we discussed the future of the church. We discussed Easter. We discussed evangelism and reaching our community this summer and beyond. And so that is very much on our radar. I hope that you will pray with us about the Lord opening doors for us in the very near future to have conversations with people that lead to new faith and new members of the Burks branch family, and more importantly, new members of God's kingdom. We don't know what's going to happen with Easter. President Trump has kind of been like holding this little carrot, I want to say, although there's nothing anybody can do about it. He has been saying that he hopes that he can allow churches to basically meet again come Easter. Well, that would be nice, but nothing about this virus has given us reason for optimism. It's only given us reason to think that this is going to carry on through Easter. And so really it's just a matter of listening to the experts, which I know President Trump and our governor and everybody's just trying to figure out what needs to happen next. And now in the meantime, I do want to remind you that part of how we worship the Lord is through our giving of tithes and offerings. And so if you have not already, I would encourage you to make as a part of your worship today, this Sunday, March 29th, that you would get out a check and write a check, or that you would go to burksbranch.com and you would enter in an amount that you would give, because things like this parsonage renovation and the playground sprucing up and the giving of, groceries and all kinds of stuff, even just keeping our light and heat and cold and all the utilities, all of that takes money. And those things haven't really stopped just because we haven't been meeting on Sundays. And so please make that a part of your worship. If you're not aware already, if you give online, there is a 3% utility fee, or whatever you want to call it, that the service uses, which we go through. And so you can either choose to cover that 3% yourself, or it'll come out of the amount that you give. Either way is fine. We whatever you feel led to do is perfectly fine. Let me just see if there's any other updates. The deacon of the week is Eddie Mathis. And so if you have any deacon needs, feel free to reach out to him. And I think that's about it. We love you and appreciate your continued support for our family and for the church, and your prayerful support of the community as we think to the future. Oh, I know what it was. Along with thinking about the future and what's coming after COVID-19 has passed and we're all gathering together again, we want to be ready to hit the ground running in terms of children's ministry, which is why the parsonage, or not the parsonage, but the playground is being worked on. And so please keep your eyes peeled for emails from my wife that have to do with training and preparation to be ready to receive children and steward them well, if you're one of those people who has volunteered to be a part of that ministry. Thank you so much. God bless.